Looks like we're good. Hello. Good evening and welcome to part 3 of our Deathless Randomizer series. We are on attempt number 4. Fresh attempt number 4, mind you. We've made it to Melina, basically got the whistle, and that's about it. What do we need for this? A bit of strength. Alright. Let's get to it. I'm gonna play a little bit more cautiously this time. We've lost some good soldiers over the last couple of runs. We had some really great setups and just played a little too fast and loose with some areas and got. So, should probably hotbar my horse, huh? So, I'm gonna attempt. Let's say attempt. I'm going to attempt to play a little more cautiously, moving into this next run. Yo, that is horrendous. Look at that mouth. Ugh. Parrying dagger. Ow! That hit really hard. Alright, well, parrying dagger is not exactly ideal, but it's a parry option. We'll run into, like, Godskin Duo or something. Somber 9. I don't know if this weapon is smithing or somber. Considering it has an Ash of War slot, I think it's smithing. I'm not super interested in committing to this weapon. It was just the most accessible of the ones that we had access to. But in totality, it is just a curved greatsword that has spinning slash on it. Doesn't even have like Savage Lion's Claw like you would expect. Like if it at least had a DLC Ash of War, I might care a bit more about it, but it doesn't. So for now, we're just looking for a new option. But yeah, we're gonna do the pretty standard early game sweep. We're gonna go through Limgrave, bits of Kaled. Go from there. I'm gonna scope out areas this time instead of just like kind of headlong rushing into it like I did with Stormveil last time. Got absolutely owned in Stormveil last time, and it was a big mess, and was totally avoidable if I had come back at a later date. So, the Stormveil is not a required area in terms of like early game progression. I mean, hey, if you're gonna give me a crafting material, you could do worse than Trina's Lilies. Those are nice for sleep pots. Alright. Let me go get the strength tier too. Obviously it won't be the strength tier, but like the replacement item for the strength tier is up here. We can maximize our item checks because I am actively looking for a new weapon. And a Somber 8 is a really good pickup, so I'm here for it. Bravebird. Dog. Cannon. That's not happening. Golden Rune 1. Poison Man's. Pearl Drake +3. Okay. That's a good talisman to start off with. Blessing of Marika, also nice. Okay, Stormblade's a really nice Ash of War. It gives you an incredible ranged option that you don't have to invest into Faith or Intelligence for. Super spammable. Not really great on like stance damage, but yeah, it's a pretty excellent find, if I do say so. Hopefully we find a little bit of money to get the weapon online with, and we can use that.
Are you here? Does your despite takes me any interest?
Bernal looking very cute. We got smithing 4, 5, and 6. Ooh, okay. Small shield with parry is worth grabbing. So let me pop a little money. Yeah, we have parrying dagger, but small shield parry is significantly better. Okay. Good. Oh, we're in heavy load now. That's fine. Ditch some gloves. Wow. Yep, really feeling the lack of weapon requirement here. Going the wrong way. Okay, is this place fucked? Not really. Relatively tame. Oh, Horned Warrior's Greatsword's a nice one. It's also just another curved greatsword, but... Oh no, this is a Messmer Soldier. Oh, thank God. Oh, high rat. He drops something. Hog. Oh! Fire Knight's Greatsword is also excellent. Okay. Yep. Hey, Mr. Crab, why don't you just stay the fuck over there? How about that? Can I wield any of these? Horned Warrior's got a faith requirement. Fire Knight's Greatsword also has a faith requirement. You know what? I can wield the parrying dagger. Let's do that for now.
Can you hear me? Help me.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, I am Beast. My
Yeah.
thanks.
Get you out of there.
And I'll pop. Don't dally. Give it your all.
But, there we go. What you got for me, Alex? Fantastic. Worth. Okay, so we have a couple of options, though. Both of these are both CGSs. I think requirement-wise, this one's definitely more attainable. This is a Colossal. It's also, I don't know, it doesn't have Flame Skewer, so I think we're still going to be working toward Freya's, but I just need the money for it. I don't know why I grabbed this Grace, I'm never coming back here. Decently cheap seed, good pants, smithing 5, smithing 2s. Okay. Good. We need money, first and foremost. So, we'll get to that. Who do we have there? Generic dragon. Could be a Geel, could be Grail, could be Jagged Peak Drake. Can't really tell, unfortunately. Eagles drop, glintstone, fireflies. Okay. Yep, leaf. Okay, another somber 8. Furnace Visage. Crystal darts are nice. Okay, so nothing really out of this graveyard. I'm looking for a weapon that has easy stat benchmarks to reach, that can carry us through the early game, possibly a build-around weapon for the late game. Money, like Golden Rune 9 is nice. Smithing stones are good too. Larval tier, We can respec later on for things, so I guess it's fine to find one. I don't think we're going to respec multiple times, though, in a randomizer. Alright. Nothing super exciting in those graveyards. We've still got a couple more to go, though, here in Limgrave. We could put Stormblade on the dagger. Go ahead and get that set up. Deerdrop String. Good. Well, it's... Well, that's certainly an option. We need 2 dexterity for that? Oh, yeah. That's absolutely happening. Hold on. Stormblade Milady? Oh, yeah. What a find. Okay. 2 dex. Rest HP. Ashes of War. Stormblade. Don't have any physical tiers. Okay. Good. Alright, and we have enough smithing stones to get it to +5. Because I know we have 2 2s and 1 merchant. We have all the ones we need. Crab's Drop, Old Fangs. I mean, that's good for if we decide to use some of the more unique craftables. There's quite a few of the pots that require Old Fangs that are decent. Yeah, we got a good weapon online, so let's get... Now the focus should be on getting some HP. And then, because our armor is just okay currently, so better armor would be nice too. And then we have Gaius' pants on the 1 merchant, which is a really sturdy set of pants. Oh, hi! Didn't see you there. Goodbye. I am going back for that Golden Rune 1, and you can't stop me. There we go. Not very good. God, I love the Milady moveset, dude. It's so good. Do I have the thing to drag Blythe down? It's like the snap or whatever. No. Okay. They're all randomized, so we could have access to it. Tailoring tools. Alright. We can alter our garments now. Huge. What you got for me, bro? Cheap tier, cheap seed. Not what we're after here. Decent armor. Rolano's is okay. Yeah, Crimson Burst is for allies, not for yourself. If it was the regular Crimson Burst tier, oh, that would be a huge find in the early game. Alright. We got a couple of Golden Seed Sacred tier upgrades available. I just can't afford them, really. I pick up every scrap of money that I can along the way here and hope to find... or just hope to be able to grab those and get the run moving. America's Rune would be huge. Any Remembrance would be huge. Even, honestly, even Godric's. Like, 20k would be great for the early game. So many glowy skulls, too. Aurelia! That's her name. She's a good jellyfish. Alright, bats. Okay. Not the kind of damage I'm hoping for, but it'll do. Also unupgraded, so don't judge it too much. Stormblade's a good Ash of War, I promise. It's a ranged option. Fuck. Man. Of all the weapons, I do not want to build around Spear of the Impaler. I like my R2s to be useful. It is a glorified Ash of War stick. Oh. Wrong spot. I mean, I suppose it's also a fine, like, shield poke option for a Faith build, but, like, you can do better. Oh, boy. Really giving us the winners here, aren't you? Alright. Slightly better armor. Doesn't look as good, but slightly better. Okay, won't be getting the item up there. I don't know if there's a grace before the bridge over there. I know there's one after it, but if that bridge is looking spooky, we're not going that way for now. There aren't too many enemies on the bridge, so it's not like it's got a high chance of being shit, but, like, I don't know, there could be an ancient dragon on it or something. Golem Archer, you say? It's not great. Certainly not since he's got a fucking huge aggro radius. Is that also a Beastman? No, it's a... oh, it is a Beastman. It's not a ring toss Beastman, though, so I think we're good. Cool. Okay. We have a premium parry option now in Golden Parry. We can also put that on a medium shield if we care to have a shield. Would really only want to use, like, the brass shield or something, but I don't particularly feel like using a shield, though, so... Parry... not sacred. This is standard. Alright. So we got a couple of really strong Ashes of War to carry us through the early game here, with Stormblade and Golden Parry. And Milady already comes with Impaling Thrust, which is an excellent Ash of War, so... Alright. So if you don't really want a physical option, but you do want some sort of, like, melee stance damage-based option, Impaling Thrust is pretty strong. It doesn't quite have the stance damage of, like, Lion's Claw or Giant Hunt, but it's still solid. Smithing 5. Got a couple of those now. So we're looking good for that. A little too far. Lovely. And what does Mr. Merchant have for us here?
What?
Very cheap seed, Bloody Hellas, Meat Peddler's Bell Bearing, cheap Rune Arc. We'll probably grab that for the HP boost here. If I don't have one already and I've been ignoring it, yeah. I'll grab that Rune Arc. And looks like a somber 5 or 6 on there as well. Did I not pick this yet? I did not. Alright. Check the top of the tower. Head down and grab the golden seed and the grace for Castle Morn. Money. Furious Blade of Ansbach, you say? Well, I don't have a seal, nor am I planning on building Arcane. So I guess we're a pass on that one. Although, I mean, I do have a decent Arcane option in the Bloody Hellish there, so it's a thing. But I don't have a seal, I don't think. Yeah, I just have a couple shields and a cannon. And there's 8 seals in the base game. Like 3 or 4 in the DLC. Okay. So, I mean, it's not unreasonable to run into a seal, but it's also perfectly understandable if I never see one. Got him. Alrighty. Just gonna grab the grace and go. I'm gonna head back, go up to the Ailing Village, head further into Weeping, grab all the Sacred Tier churches, and get the last merchant at the beach. Here you are. Oh, Jesus, that's Blythe. It's always fun seeing the one-of NPCs around the world. Or the one-of enemies. Things like Blythe there and Mini Midra. There's quite a few that are unique, but like there's that one red main knight that has that shoots fireballs and shit, like. Yeah, I see you over there. Really nice find with a weapon art like this would be the Blessed Blue Dew Talisman. Shard of Alexander would also be really good, or even just Warrior Dark Shard. Dex Talisman, multi-hit Talisman. Actually, I don't think this triggers the multi-hit Talismans. I should learn to do that bingo skip, so I can check the boss that's up there. Oh, boy. Oh, hand not helping. Jesus, and a Divine Warrior? God. No thank you. Cursed as fuck. There's a lobster up here. Cursed little set of enemies we got going on. Okay. Volcano Manor access, that's good. Mark that off on our little tracker there. I'm always excited for a blue item, because it could be a talisman. And talismans are very, very strong in this game. But it also has the chance to just be clothes. So... I don't think I know what marmots drop yet. No? Okay. Well, I still don't know, but maybe we'll find out later. Smithing 3. What kind of stones am I looking at here? I got all my 1s and 3s. I know I have 2 2s on a merchant somewhere. Hold the lady? I think so. Status is always nice, especially at the lower end of the damage spectrum. I think we'll probably swap it off later on if we're building into just dex and strength. Maybe go a quality build and have some greases. Could be good. Right out of the sky.
There's been a... How can I?
A lantern. I suppose that's nice. Frost does give us the ability to very slowly, but still able to kill Grail. We could use Fire Knight's Greatsword to reset the Frostbite, and then still be able to kill Grail through status. Money. Money. You know, I'll take a couple of decent-sized runes if we can't get an actual, like, remembrance or something. It's still money. We'll break combat, head back to the beach merchant, and then probably back to Third Church and go to Caelid. Yeah. And once we get a little bit of Vig on the belt, probably go do patches for his bell bearing, and then roll on up to Stormvale. If not, maybe take a stop at... Well, we'll probably wind up going through Caelid. I'm sorry, my brain is just not wanting to formulate words today. Formulate sentences, put words into them. Nothing. Decently expensive sacred tier, good gloves, decent pants, infinite prawn. Yay. Go back to Kale and make sure I have his bell bearing before we go, and we'll get the items from Ronnie too.
This way tarnished.
Purple Ronnie!
Pleasure to me and the witch. I'd heard tant upon the talk I art but call for. I was in try torrents.
Thank you. Smithing 6 is a good pickup. Okay, I do have his bell bearing. Grab this seed now that I can. This gives faith. Oh, right, we have Stormhawk, too. I forgot about that. Yeah, it was a debate, though, because I didn't have the strength for it at the time. Hello? Oh, I'm over here trying to go to Round Table like I'm allowed to. I haven't been invited yet. We gotta go to Caleb first. We don't have to go to Caleb first, but it's the safest way to. If I want to upgrade my weapon before doing Margit. Shield Tree Sentinel? Not happening. Even if I get like 30 big, probably not. Because, at least not until later. It's definitely very killable, but I want to be prepared for that one, because the shield hitboxes can be pretty garbage. If it was a torch one, sure, but some of those shield attacks are just really bad. And I don't feel like dealing with them. So, we're not going to deal with them. That's that. Dumb. Death route for Garank. Alright, we can go back for that. Check the bridge, see what's going on over here. Whole baby a Deathrite bird. That's not great. So I guess we're going around. Also, have to be really cautious about DLC enemies. I feel like their base stats are way higher than other enemies' base stats are, which is to be expected if you think about it, because the DLC is meant to be accessed after the end of the game. But it's their base stats. Also, it's nighttime. That Knight's Cav is there, and this Knight's Cav is kind of a dick. Okay. We've gone around. Also, if you're curious why I knew it was the Knight's Cav there, even though I don't know if I'd already seen it or not, I knew it would be there because I don't randomize night bosses. So that grave, that Deathrite bird we just saw was either the one from Mountaintops, I believe, or Charo's Hidden Grave in the DLC. Night bosses just aren't fun to fight or watch. They're not hard. They're just tedious. Hello, Fire Giant. Well, that's one shitty boss not in the pool. I like that. Especially with Fire Giant's just awful, awful rolling AI. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. No? Alright, well, you know what? I'm about to be on a different plane of existence, so I don't care. Yeah, if he had done the scoop, we'd have to, like, torrent iframe dismount or something to not get hit by it. Okay. Welcome to Grail. We have Green Grail this time. I'm going to pop a couple of these big runes and grab some HP. It's not a lot, but it should be enough to maybe... Oh, hi. I forgot I didn't sit down at Dragon Barrel. Or,
seems torrent, whereas there is, but I can take gathering.
Yeah, go ahead and take her there. I forgot I didn't sit down at Garank's place, so I had not talked to Melanie yet. Let's go check the Round Table base shop, see what they got going there. We can slap a couple upgrades on Milady, and then come back for this afterward. Okay, we've got the Sanctified Wet Blade. Millist's Prosthesis is really good. It's +5 dex, and it has the smaller multi-hit effect, so I'll take that. Let's go ahead and plug in all the bell bearings here and grab the, hopefully, 3 smithing 2s, so we can get Milady all the way up to +9 if we can. So there's 2. Grab those. Looks like we're going to be short a single smithing 2, unless it's on this bell bearing. Weathered map. Okay. Well, spent all of my money. We can sell off the rest of our runes to...
Oh, welcome to I teach.
Oh, hey, you're not Gideon, but you sure look like him.
Most time you are well.
Golden Vow. Protection of the Erd Tree. Both very strong reasons to go into Faith. Rush Air's not there yet. I haven't even looked at Stormvale Castle.
No matter loud, you're...
Alright. Sell off my runes. +5, milady. So we're still on the lookout for a smithing 2. Do I have a bleed weapon that is wieldable? No, I have 2 frost weapons, but no bleed weapons. And I don't have a bleed Ash of War either. So we can try the whole reset Frostbite gambit and do that. Or we can keep looking for other weapon options, possibly the Black Wet Blade. Let's give this Death Root over to Garank. That item check. Actually, it should be 2 items. We get, like, the seal and the eye. Alright, we have gloves. 2 very good sets of gloves. Wow, we are still in heavy load with those gloves on. They are some chunky boys, though. Alright, we'll go with the Radon gloves for now. And we'll try and hot swap some items if we need to put Parry Shield on. We'll check the items on top of the skull over here. And I'll see how long it takes to trigger Frostbite on Grail. If it's not terrible, we'll tough it out. I'll probably put it on the dagger. Yeah, I can just put cold on the dagger right now, actually. Do this as well. Not that one. Oh, I'd have to put Stormblade on it. I mean, I suppose I can. Just make it cold. Of note, there is something dying nearby, I think from the gravity at the Cinco jump puzzle down there, that's dropping like 1,500-ish runes. It's not anything game-breaking, but it's a decent amount of money in this early game, that's for sure. Fandaggies, Death Knight armor, and a Magma Whip Candlestick. Okay. That's also a way to reset Frostbite. Ant is not getting fucked with. Do I have a horn tender or foot? No. Not great. Okay. It doesn't matter what we use for the fire damage as long as we have it. So... it might be faster to do this. Alright, there's the frostbite. That's actually pretty fast. It only took like 13 or 14 hits, and that was kind of broken up a little bit. That's doable. Oh, go ahead and knock it out. Yeah, what's up, Sonic Queen? Welcome, welcome. It's been a while. How things been? Yeah. Has indeed been a bit. What have you been up to these days? Elden Ring? Hell yeah. I approve. You doing anything fun, or are you just doing just like standard playthrough? Any challenges or? I suppose I shouldn't specify anything fun, but the game is fun. Ooh. Deathless, just standard run, or what? Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's just funny. Like I did for my challenge runs that I've done so far since the DLC came out, I did a parries and guard counters only, spirit summons only, and now Deathless Randomizer. But I haven't actually beaten the normal game Deathless before. But to be honest, I'm just not confident in my Promised Consort fight enough to do the base game. I'm hoping I run into Promised Consort at like really shitty scaling. Every other fight I'm fine with. Like Melania, I'm a bit rusty on, but I'm confident in my Melania fight. Promised Consort Phase 1 even. I'm also good with. I'm not the best at Dancing Lion, so if I find Dancing Lion at like high scaling, that would be shitty. There we go. Alright, let's go get some stats set up. Get some, basically just vigor and endurance. But you say you failed hard, so what happened? I gotta know. So this is my fourth attempt here. I gotta know what happened. Get a couple damage stats here. Oh, you roll off cliff fighting Margit. Oh. I mean, look, if you're gonna die in a Deathless run, like, having it happen that early is probably for the best. My first character that I did for this DLC, well, this is like base game and DLC, right, for the Deathless run. Wound up dying to, I think, a mosh pit on the stairs in Noxtella, going toward the Golden Seed check in Lake of Rot. So I'd already done the entirety of the above ground except for, I think, Volcano Manor. Like, literally all of Caelid, all of Limgrave, all of this, all of Altus, and Capital, sewers, and most of Underground. And I was on my way to Noxtella, and there was a dragon on the bridge, and I thought for some reason I'd be able to just run past, and I got hitched on so many bodies and just died. So, but that was probably 5 or 6 hours in, like, relatively deep into the run. Trolls, golden swords, I think 4, okay. We still need those. At the very worst, we can probably go around Stormvale Castle and try and look for the smithing bell bearing on one of the checks there, if I absolutely can't find a smithing 2 beforehand. The guys outside Redbank Castle? Yeah. That's actually relatively easy to avoid. I'll show you my pathing here in a minute if you're still around, because I'll be heading that way soon. You can hug the edge, unless it's just like, oh, you had some enemy that had some, like, massive aggro radius, in which case, well, it sucks, I guess, but... Bruh. Hear you! Oh, okay, goodbye. Please die to fall damage. Okay, good. You pulled the dog. Who's in this room? Oh, yeah. Nope, they care more about you than they care about each other. That's just one thing that fighting enemies all have in common, is they would rather fight you instead of them. For sure. We grab the Grace over here so we can port back after we get the merchant up there. Oh, sorry. I'm over here talking as if you're doing a randomizer. Again. Yeah, the path to Redbane is a little perilous, though, especially with the birds. But if you hug the left ledge, you should stay out of range of all the doggos, at least. Clipped by a second dog, knocked you off. Yep. Yeah, if Torrent dies, it's a wrap. Like, if an enemy kills Torrent, you are guaranteed getting hit by the follow-up, so if you were not healthy when you got knocked off, it's just over. Like, you're on the ground for so long with no iframes. It's real bad. I had that happen once, too. I had, Chellier's Concoction. Okay. Crimson Sapping. It's not very good. Nah, I don't think I'm wasting the money on the Crimson Sapping tier. He says, as he just bought Letta's chest piece for the drip. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, whenever, so I had Estelle replacing Smarag in front of the Glintstone Academy key, and as I ran up, he aggroed, and I was like, oh, I'll be fine, I'll just sprint past him on Torrent. He did the little tail slam, one-tap Torrent knocked me on the ground, and then did the follow-up tail slam and killed me. And I was at like 30 vigor. Like, I wasn't even, like, I had as much HP as I do right now in Liurnia. Like, it wasn't even like I was super low level or incredibly underprepared for the zone I was in. I just got absolutely blasted. It was pretty rough. I just sat there. I was stunned for a second. I was just like, damn. Just like that. And that was during Deathless. That was during a Deathless attempt. Before the DLC came out. I'm wondering how many times it's going to take me to do this base game and DLC. Because the run I just finished recently, off stream, testing the DLC, it wasn't Deathless off stream, but like just testing to check the stability of the randomizer. I did 7 out of 7 Great Runes required and 20 out of 20 Messmer Kindling shards, which I'll never do again. 20 out of 20 was a fucking mistake. There's so many weird-ass, like, checks. I'm doing 15 out of 20 in this run because 20 is just fucking annoying. Decked us right. Get that. So I'll take your bell bearing, I suppose. But yeah, 20 out of 20 was god-awful. But it took me about a bit over 12 hours, like closer to 13 hours to finish the whole run of just in-game time. Playing Deathless, there's probably going to be a little bit more backtracking, and probably some safer play. No skips or anything like that. I did do sewer skip because I'm confident in my fast travel out. And you have so much time. Like, I flubbed the input for sewer skips fast travel, and I still made it. So, like, you have so much time. Alright, we got Magma Worm over here. Should I aggro this? I'm going to aggro this Magma Worm and run past, just so I can see if it's Makar or Theo. No, it's just a regular Magma Worm. Okay. There is one Magma Worm that's a stander that isn't named. It's not really that big of a deal, though. Who the fuck? Oh, it's a page. Hey, buddy. Yeah. We'll check the incants on here. We've already found Golden Vow and Protection of the Erd Tree. Bestial Vitality is certainly a good one. So's Flame Protect Me. Okay, we've got a pretty good suite of faith options here, so I think throughout the rest of the setup here, I'm going to not be leveling any more damage stats, but we'll just kind of establish like health and endurance. And then when we get back to, once I've done like the rest of these merchant checks and stuff like that, if we find a good faith option like Elden Beast Sword, I can't remember the name of now, Blasphemous Blade, Euphoria, like any of the like premium faith options, that we can maybe look into building into that. Gauntlets of Night we don't need. Sacred Order is interesting. I'll probably pick that up. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pick that up now. Sacred Order is fantastic against like Death Birds and Ghost Flame Dragons. So that'll be good to have access to. Per the rules that I've set for myself, I don't know what kind of restrictions you put on yourself for your Deathless run, but no quitting out while in duress. If something's buggy in my game and I'm not in combat, like if I can open the map, I'll allow myself a quit out. But I'm not allowed to quit out of boss fights, not allowed to quit out from falling, anything like that. I can fast travel out of falls. And I can Memory of Grace whenever I want to. Except for in bosses. I'm allowed to Memory of Grace out of a boss once. If I re-enter the boss fight of my own volition, then I'm not allowed to Memory of Grace again. Either nut up or shut up. Or die. So, but yeah, that's the pathing I always take to get to this grace here. You just skirt all the way around all the problems. Probably gonna head back up here. No, we'll go back up here and go through Celia from the top, so we can hit the Church of the Plague first without having to do all three torches in Celia. But I am still looking for a smithing 2. Then I have all of the 3s I need. But not the 4s. So, but finding a smithing's 2 gets us to a +9. Which would be really good for the early game. Like, +5 is even okay to kill stuff in Caelid here. It's not great, but it's doable. +9 will definitely be more than enough to get us through the early game. Especially on a weapon as strong as Milady. Giant Crusher. God. Now that's a weapon we're not building around. Okay, Palace Key.
It matters not.
Oh!
If you are
My god, tab back in, please. Why am I still not tabbed in?
my flesh right that is worse.
These fucking flying enemies zipping in off screen. Jump scaring the fuck out of me. There's a clip from a couple of days, I think it was last week, of me getting jump scared to fuck by one of the Caelid birds. Literally just talking to Small. Just literally basically a just chatting segment of the stream. I'm just running around doing little checks, whatever, and absolutely jumped out of my skin when this death bird came down on me. Or not death bird, but Caelid bird. God, they are just menaces at all points in time. Okay. Hardest skip in the game? Not really. Hardest skip in the game, I think, is capital skip, personally. The one that you have to, like... The current capital skip, where you have to, like, jump and punch and turn your character around and... shit like that. Celia skip, jumping up, I believe, is also quite difficult, but I've never even attempted it before, so I don't know what it entails. I know what it entails because I've seen it be done, but I've zero practical way of displaying remotely what it would be like. Catch, bitch. Okay. Can't really say worth, but here we are. Alright, well there's the second rune arc. That should be all we need for the run. Unless we get Godric's early on and then decide to activate Radahn's later and switch to that. Okay. Pure Blood Knight's Medal is absolutely not happening yet, but we have access to Moog, which is good. We have basically... I'm going to put free in pretty big air quotes, but we have free access to the DLC whenever we decide to go. Oh, fuck. Okay, Somber Bell 1. And I believe we are done with Caelid. I'm going to go back here and grab this bell bearing, because I forgot to get it while I was here last. If you're not familiar with how the randomizer works in terms of displaying merchants, it will show you exactly where they all are. Like merchant here, merchant over here, somewhere. Well, it's supposed to display all the merchants. I don't know why the one down here is not showing, but unless I'm missing it somewhere. It should be like right along here. But either way, it shows you where the merchants are, and then when you pick up their bell bearing, it removes their symbol from the map. So. Yeah, there were no really killable bosses, especially not with 30 Vig here. So I'm gonna dip into Liurnia. See if we can't pick up a smithing 2. And then head back to Stormvale. So we're either looking just for a pickup of a smithing 2 or the bell bearing. Either will suffice. We'll have a few merchants to check as well, so if one of them has it, cool. If not, whatever. So we'll have a plus 10 weapon, because we do have a smithing 4. Then that'll obviously be more than enough to get us through Margit. It's more of just surviving the courtyard to get to Godric. And hopefully there's no, like, randomly, ridiculously spooky enemy formations along the walkway here. Nope, that's pretty tame. Anything up here? Gravebird could be a problem, but everything else is fine. Gravebird has elected to not be a problem, so we're good. Like, if he immediately lifted off, I might have turned around to try and, like, LOS him and then shoot from ranged. Because when they lift off, they do, like, a series of a bunch of, like, aerial swings that will knock you off Torrent and then kill you. Because you're knocked off Torrent. Laying on the ground without iframes. Okay, Ironwood Blade. It's fine, I guess. I did pick up 15 strength. Okay. Could be relevant later for weapon things, but I should have invested it in endurance first instead. Risk it. Not really worth. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Okay. I mean, we're in Liurnia, so it's not that bad, but get me out of here. So items I'm really looking out for are talisman pouches and good talismans to go in them. I don't think I have that many options at the moment. I do have Millicent's prosthesis, so I should be using that. Well, while I'm in these running sections, Pearl Break's obviously better because I'm not actually attacking. But prosthesis will be a fine secondary choice. Axe Talisman. This isn't really a charge R2 weapon, but Axe Talisman's good to have access to. If I find a good charge R2 weapon, we can use that. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm in combat with something. I was like, why didn't I double jump? Because I was out of stamina. What am I still in combat with? Also, I do hear a dragon breathing somewhere. There it is. Yep, that's fine. You can be angry over there. I'll be not fighting you over here. Oh, it's the Fire Knight with the zombies. Remembrance. Hey, let's go. Alright, we got a little bit of money now. That's good. I think Natural Born's only 30k, but 30k is 30k, like, you know? It's a good start. Morgoth's Cursed Sword. Well, that's certainly not the faith weapon I was looking for. It's got some ridiculous requirements. So, until we get to allocating stats for damage on the lady, that's a dead drop for now. If we do wind up leveling up Dex for Milady, then We could maybe look into it if we find some other things that synergize with Arcane. Like if we find the Dragon Communion Seal and I don't know, really what else? Maybe the Lord of Blood's Exaltation could be a reason to build into it. I always walk down to there in case you get the fall damage glitch. It's not really ever a concern, but I think I'm gonna stop and kill the big thingies. That's an ancient dragon over there. Okay. We can kill this guy now too. Well, we're not going to that gazebo, I'll tell you that. Crucible gauntlets. We have a glut of good gloves, so I don't particularly care for any of those. But could maybe sell some of the other ones. Alright. You can please stay over there? No? Okay. You're gonna chase? I mean, that's fine, I guess. I'm faster than you. Especially when you stop and fire breath into a wall. Idiot. That's probably one of the best places you can see an Ancient Dragon, is out in the middle of an open field where you can see it and avoid it. That's Consort Radon. Phase 1. Don't have to deal with that. That's amazing. Poison Hand. Okay, Poison Hand's a good weapon, too. It's got a pretty big arcane requirement, but it's a very strong weapon. Okay, 28 arcane is a bit of an ask, so if we don't have well, we have Bloody Helix, but what I'm really looking for is either a Wet Blade, like the Black Wet Blade specifically, to build into a bleed build or go into like poison or something, or something like Reduvia that has a reasonable arcane requirement that I can hit early. Because right now I have Bloody Helix, but that's like a 19 arcane requirement. That's like 11 levels. Reduvia is 13. 13 arcane levels we can do. Reduvia has a really good weapon art in the Bloodblade, so totally doable. But I don't know. Currently, I don't have a reason to go into Arcane. I'm looking for a reason to go into Faith, though. Because we have Golden Vow. We have... Obviously, I don't have a seal yet. So even if I do find a weapon like Blasphemous Blade, I might build into Blasphemous Blade, because it's probably just one of the best weapons you can use for a Deathless run. But if I don't find Blasphemous Blade, but maybe I get like the Golden Order Greatsword, or... Again, I'm forgetting the name of the Elden Beast sword. But one of those, I probably won't build into it directly until I find a seal. Just because I have a ton of good incantations so far. Like, there's a ton of good options that I have. But none of them are worth building into Faith right now without a Faith-based weapon to go along with it. But, I mean, we're not even really building toward a weapon. Like, I'm building Milady because it had the easiest requirements, along with the best moveset. Like, I would very much rather have Impaling Thrust on Milady versus... Oh, bird. Oh, bird. Goodbye. Oh, there's a Leonine Misbegotten there, too. Fuck yeah, man. Keep on moving. Okay. Have some band daggers? No, I don't have enough. I have regular daggers, so that'll do. Just have to get a little closer to have them connect. Huh. Okay, we have 2 pieces of the Death Knight set now. If I find KLS too, like, that's a faith build right there. This is a faith build and a half. Rot grease. Oh, that ant's ass is in the way. To go around here. Huh. Got him. Finger Maiden Theralina. Okay. Go with the Rolana helmet. Like the way it looks. Also, the rat tail gets cut off by the Leda cloak, so I'm a big fan of that. Don't you dare, big mouth. Okay. Whoop. Oh, okay, you guys are just joining me over here. Sure. Oh, that's so much damage. Jesus Christ. You're one of them DLC thingies. That took like over half my health. He's just one of the little tiny ones.
Well,
Alright, EG. You got a smithing 2 for me?
so perhaps.
No. I did not find one. Alright, well. EG's got nothing for us. Let's go grab the Grace at Karia Manor, head down to Bellum Church. You know, the classic hour-and-a-half Elden Ring early game setup. I was hoping to find some, like, good sacred, or not sacred tiers, some good physic tiers too, but nothing really standoutish hit. We got 2 of the new DLC tiers that are just garbage. That's Illustrated Tree Spirit. Not excited to see that. That's a Lopter. Going around that too. Got him. Now I have 2 Onsbox longbows. Yeah, your randomized starting equipment does not affect the placement in the world, so if you have a unique item like Blasphemous Blade, well, Blasphemous Blade I can't say because you can dupe Remembrance for that, but well, no, you can't. I don't think you can get 2 of them. Oh boy, Serpent's Flail. Alright, we got Hallotree right. Oh, I marked off Hallotree whenever I marked off Dectus earlier. Apologize. My mistake. Also, the item tracker is like way over here on my left, so I don't look that way while I'm playing. Yeah, I have the Palace Key and the other one correct. There's the Smithing Bell. Okay, that's all I was after. So, let's head back to Roundtable, plug that in, level up my lady, and then let's go tackle Stormvale. Alright. Kind of sad we don't have the America music here, the Shaman Village music.
I took you no matter how you're up.
Okay, natural born is 30k. Alright, plus 10. Hold milady. Let's gear up. And we'll dump the rest of this into HP and endurance. We don't have a lot, actually, because... yeah, it's only 3 points. So grab some endurance there. I would like to keep my shield on my back and use some heavier armor. Alright, I guess this is the best we can do right now. But yeah, would like to be able to equip everything plus my parrying shield in case we run into an enemy that's quite aggressive but does want to be parried. I haven't found a single cracked pot, I don't believe, so if I run into the Godskins, I cannot put them to sleep. And if I have run into them, they've been too expensive for me to want to buy them. It's not a good weapon. I'm not considering using it. It's more of just like a, oh hey, that's Godric's axe, right outside of Stormvale Castle. That's a funny placement. There's when I did my first DLC run randomized, I had Midra in Jory's room. I was like, hey, you're a little early. You shouldn't be here yet. Beautiful. Grab one more point of HP before we go. I know I don't have anything in it, but I am checking for my physic. And then probably also put this Blessing of Marika down here. Be nice to have access to. It's also a catch-all cleanse for myself. Gillica. Oh, Gilly. Alright, I'm out of stamina. Chill for a second. Damn. Blasted. Yep, seed. Alright. Yep, stacked up that multi-hit talisman a little bit, and then on top of the frostbite, good damage. Good damage.
It's tightly. The guards you breached. Well, but of course. The gates! Open the gates! What's a deal? Step back, you wretched toy.
Thanks for the bell bearing, nerd. I see giant hand up there. Not a fan of that. Actual giant hand or no? I think it's just a big hand. Let's go check Gostic's bell bearing, and we'll check. We need to go kill Patches too and get his bell bearing. See what they've got here. Godric's Great Room being on these would heavily incentivize me to go into Stormvale now to get that online. Int tier? We do have cold scaling right now, so I suppose that's a decent thing to grab. It will be a slight damage increase. It's got a D int scaling. It's not massive, but not irrelevant, I guess. See if Rogier is here. He's not. Okay. I don't know when he comes here. It might be after you kill Godric, but... let me check Bernasty here, see if we have any smithing 4s. I don't remember if he had any. I don't remember his inventory at all, to be fair.
Here to learn.
Oh, he does! Oh, fantastic. I need 2 of them. And I need a 5. Okay, we have a plus 18 Milady now, if I have the money for it. Hell yeah. Man, I totally forgot about those. Like I said it, I was like, oh, he's got all the 4s we need. And he's got a 5 and a 6 too. Wow. Come here. Oh, no, I'm going to the wrong one. I need to... Obviously need Hugh to upgrade, but... I was like, oh, I'm coming over here to sell my ruse. Like, you can't even sell stuff there. I don't know. You can in Convergence, which I'll be excited to get to whenever done with this run. Alright, plus 19. That is a solid start. Plus 19 before we even get to Godric. Though, to be fair, we've gone through the entirety of Caelid, almost the entirety of Liurnia. I only have, like, one more key item check, which is Church of Inhibition, and then Caria Manor and Rea Lucaria. And I guess the Golden Seed outside of Rea Lucaria that I didn't stop for. But I'm going to actually go do that right now, because I'm going to forget that I didn't do it, and get really fucking mad if there's an item I actually need there. And then we're going to go back to Stormvale. I'll probably go to the Rusty Key check first, and then see about going through the main gate. I'm not very excited about that courtyard, though, but, I mean, we're pretty tanky. We've got 30 Vig, decent armor, upgraded enough flasks. Wow. You dig. No, come here. Thank you. Die. All that for a fucking leaf. God damn it. Alright. It is, in fact, not important. Okay. Stormvale Castle time. We'll head up and do the Rusty Key check, then we'll go back and check out the courtyard. Not the courtyard, we'll check out the main gate, and hopefully make it to the courtyard. We'll check that out then. Can't really think of a good use. Unless I pick up, like, Flame Cleanse Me and decide to try and go through the Lake of Rot without, like, just cleansing myself. Scaled Grazer Heavy Load, even with the shield off. Okay. Might have to come back for those then. Okay, that's fucking rude. Also, I did not roll there on purpose, so I am not rolling off this ledge. Now we kill it. Rats drop smithing wands. Nice. Hey, buddy. Yeah, we have plus 19 weapon. Like, there's no reason I shouldn't just mow through things as I'm going. Especially at this point of the game. Oh, well, there's the last of my smithing 3s I need. Or smithing 7s, excuse me. Three smithing 7s. Do I have 8s? I have 1 8. We have the 25 as well. Thanks for that. So we can probably get the weapon maxed. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure. There's at least 2 smithing 8s. Knew there was an invisible enemy here. That one shots, bro? Damn. Alright, who we got in here? The Skelling Bones. Good. Red Hot Wet Blade. Not really what we're after. Okay. I'm gonna hop down this little ledge, grab that item that's there, and probably go back to the main gate, because I'm pretty sure I don't have the key we need for this door. Yeah. Alright, well, back to the main gate. Alright. We'll play it cool here for a minute. It's just a normal big hand. You can totally kill just a normal big hand. Ow. Ow. Stop it. Fucking stop it. Jesus Christ. Every roll catch imaginable. Ridiculous. Totally confident, by the way. Oh, what are you up? Great arrows. Not exciting. I just keep my brain keeps looping back to finding Promised Consort just in a field. Like, that's such good information to have. Like, it's not phase 2, so we do still have a very big problem out there somewhere. But it's phase 1 is not a trivial fight either. It's definitely preferable, and I'm confident in my phase 1 fight. But it's also a DLC boss. The scaling's probably going to be a little fucky. Like, wow, look at these 3 absolute all-stars here. Jesus Christ. Why couldn't you guys been in the courtyard? Is that? No, it's a manfly. It's like, is that a Royal Revenant up there? Alright, we have Friend, Ooze, and Jerk. Oh, hi. I'll fight you guys not in the doorway. How about that? Why am I rolling that way? Oh, wow, you're really squishy. Okay. I mean, I know my weapon is very upgraded. Okay. Flower's gonna be a problem now. Big doggo is also an issue. Little doggo here. What are you doing? Okay. Would like to pull this dog, but I don't think it'll reach. Oh, never mind. He's seen me, so it's okay. Cool. Let these lasers fall. Alright. Pretty tame. Entrance to the castle. 5 smithing 6s. No. Sambertu. Black Knife Tish. Now there's a summon worth using. I won't be using summons in this run because they... I swear I saw, like... puff of, like... I don't like that. But I was, like, 90% sure I just saw, like, How many times did I say, like... 90% sure I just saw an invisible assassin, like... swoosh of their footsteps go by right there. I'm not okay with that. Alright, so let's go get the Grace by Godric, grab the Golden Seed up before that, and then go level the weapon to at least 22.
Be proud. Tarnished. I am the. I'm here by how
Nice hat.
Is tainted the. If I ask you, the winds. I'm certain.
Okay. Just getting Nepheli's dialogue so we can grab her item and round table. Now here's an enemy that doesn't give a fuck about how much HP you have. These worm faces. Black Flame Monk Greaves. Still heavy load. Damn. Yeah, we've got to be like right on the cusp here then. To be fair, I am wearing a piece of the Verdigris armor, which is heavier than Bull Goat's, so... understandable while we're barely not at fat load. Wearing other pieces that are relatively light. Boo. Oh, hi, Messmer Soldier. Goodbye, Messmer Soldier. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill you because you keep fucking with my walk. Okay, well, nothing really spooky around here. Okay, well, that's a seal, and a good one at that. So, that's step one of investing into faith. We do have the Sacred Wet Blade, so we could turn any weapon, and we have the Red Hot Wet Blade too, so we could turn any weapon into a faith weapon. It's just finding a weapon that actually scales well when you do that. Like, maintains some version of its strength scaling or dex scaling when you do that. Which not a lot of weapons do. But we're getting plenty of smithing stones to work with, so we can definitely upgrade the Godslayer seal. Yeah, no, I think we're good here. Let's head back to Round Table. Upgrade Milady. To at least 23? 22, I think? And then we only have 1-8. I'm not having enough money for this. I thought I had an 8. Oh no, I guess not. Either way, that's good enough. For sure. Let's swap maps around. Let's go do Godric. Still 0 Great Roots. We've gone through the first 3 zones. Yeah, all 7 do have to be in the base game. So okay, I'm pretty sure it's BBK. And not Valiant Gargs. It is, yeah. Oh, dude, the damage is insane. And goodbye. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna go check the roundtable shop again for smithing 8s. Since we have 20k to burn, we can upgrade the weapon. If we have enough 8s, we have 3 8s, we can just go all the way to 25. I'm gonna grab the Sacred Wet Blade while I'm thinking about it. And while we have the expendable funds for it. Also gonna pick up Golden Seeds along the way. Golden Seeds, Sacred Tears that are reasonably priced. We'll grab. Those are 7s, I don't need those. We'll get back to that. Carian Sovereignty is probably one of the most busted Ashes of War in the game. But it also gives you a fuck ton of hyper armor. Which doesn't sound like a downside. I will give you that. It does not sound like a downside. But giving you a fuck ton of hyper armor in a run where you're trying to not get hit doesn't really help that much. Hook claws on Rogier, and he mooned us. How rude.
Those are the Chalvine and what?
Okay, yeah, we're missing a little bit of money here. I'll go peek inside these Stone Sword key chests real quick, and we'll just go kill some stuff or continue exploring until we get the money for the next. It's a nice somber weapon. Nice hat. Okay. Not useful. Let's see if I can sell some stuff to Hugh that I'm not going to use. Like, I have this Shield of Night in my inventory that's just hot garbage. That'll probably sell for a little bit. 500. Could be worse. Definitely don't need 2 of the same bow. Definitely don't need a cannon. Definitely don't need Godric's. Or Messmer's probably, but I suppose I'll keep it because it does have at least the utility of being a ranged option. Alright. Plus 25. Milady. I remember being sad that Milady wasn't a katana for the memes, and then not caring later on because light grade swords are such a phenomenal weapon class. I guess we go to Bellum Church, or Church of Admission, rather. From Bellum Church. And then Karya Manor. Probably our next best bet. Two-hand. And now that the weapon's fully online, everything just goes to stats. And obviously buying stuff, but we're all in on leveling up vigor and endurance for the foreseeable future. Like, my weapon is so overpowered that we're going to be doing way too much damage for probably until after Capital. So quite a while. I'll be interested to see if I find 2 Great Runes before Capital, before going underground at this rate. Because we don't really have a ton of checks left. Like, we got quite a few. Because there's a lot in Altus. Like, there's a lot of checks in Altus. But... Jesus Christ, there's so many fucking notes. Any number of checks can have, or any check can have the Great Rune. There's zero bias here. But not having found a single Great Rune yet, across all of Caelid, all of Limgrave, and most of Liurnia, when all 7 of them are in the base game, that's pretty wild. 3 Dragon Hearts. Okay, we needed that for Bestial Vitality. And I think there was one more incant off the Dragon Altar I needed, which I already had a Dragon Heart for. Be cool, dog. Be cool, Gargoyle. Oh, be cool, Cemetery Shade. Jesus Christ. There's multiple Cemetery Shade NPC or normal enemies now that aren't bosses because of the DLC. So thanks for that. Very cool, Shadow of the Erd Tree. And there's a few more ulcerated tree spirits too. And another regular dragon, I believe. Just the one from the Jagged Peaks Drake fight. Anastasia Tarnished Eater. I don't know what your aggro radius is, but you don't seem to be following me, so I'm going... Oh, no, you are. Okay. Oh. Somber 10. Very nice. Well, that's everything. So the key to Ray Lucaria is somewhere in Karya Manor. So let's go. I think I'm going to pack some more blue. So I can Stormblade a bit more. Probably carry around like 3 blue flasks. 8-3 is definitely a fine split. Like 8 flasks is so many. This is gonna mess with me, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And if my plan is to be Stormblading my way through stuff, the Dex will help still. I was gonna switch it out for the Pearl Drake Talisman, but this is fine. Damn, dude, this dog is just backstepping. Okay. Thanks. I don't know how many runes Glowy Eyes guy gave, but it wasn't a lot. Ow. It's one of those motherfuckers. Okay. Didn't actually wind up Stormblading anything, but here we are. Well, I'm going to Stormblade this thing, because it drops. This is one of the hands. Okay, we're leaving the wolf girl to her own devices. Alright. Let's see if we get trolled on the bridge again. Here's my second or third run. Had the giant hand from Mountaintops, or Finger Ruins Dio here, on the bridge. I see some massive wings off to my left there. So, but that's a gargoyle. It's one of the sitting gargoyles, I think. There's a big hand. Oh no, it's a pumpkin head. Okay. Well, we're not going that way anyway, so... Well, let's get to it. This is my only issue right here. And it's no longer an issue. Okay. Not go. Oh, that's not a pumpkin head. That is a madness giant. Definitely not dealing with that. Okay. That is a problem. I wonder if I can distract him. Do I have a great bow? Oh, I'm pretty sure I just sold the cannon too. God damn it, I did. I don't think I have a kukri either to distract him with. We may have to turn back, because that thing's way too big. Like, it will just turn around and knock me off. Unless I can sneak up on it and get the backstab. Just gonna let that go. And it one-shot. Fuck yeah. Okay. Bridge dealt with. Good. Let's get to the mouse. Alright, well that's one of the big pain points in any randomizer. That can be hellish. There's a lot of enemies and a narrow pathway. I'm going to swap my flask back to 9-2 for the boss. Oh, still no Great Rune. Or Academy Key. Academy Key will either be off of the boss or Padilla. Scimitar, and the boss is a spawner. Okay. We got this. Dancer of Rana. Okay. Those fire attacks hit hard. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. I am standing in water, though. Oh my god, you're so annoying. PCs are really bad at dealing with the R2s on this because they input read the first roll, or the first hit, and then roll into and they get hit by the second one, basically. Okay, I need you to stop. Oh, just ran right into that. That's awesome. Deceptively long hitbox. Okay, Dancer for now, not that hard. Okay, that opens up the possibility for it to be at the at the top of the inverted tower as well. I'm going there as like a last resort. But if it's not on Padilla, then it has to be there because it's guaranteed to be in Liurnia somewhere based on the settings I've selected. Right? I'm pretty sure it is. Hold on, let me double check. Logic. Yeah. Rusty Key is in Limgrave, and the Academy Key is in Liurnia. And the Pureblood's Knight's Medal is available before Landell. I mean, I suppose it could... No, it's in Liurnia. It's not before. But we could have our second Great Rune be in Mogwin, which would be pretty toxic. Not looking forward to that if that's the case, because we will not be ready for Mogwin Palace yet. I mean, I have a plus 25 weapon, but we're just going to be really squishy. And I would like to not be really squishy. I am. There we go. Academy listing. And a seed and a tier. Thank you, Padilla. And the Death Knight's Gauntlets. That's like minus the pants, the entire set. Hell yeah. Well, thank you, Padilla. So we're off to the Academy. And we'll level up. Another point of HP while we're here. So things we're looking for, obviously Great Runes. We're still looking for talisman pouches, good talismans to go in said pouches. Couple of heavier pieces of armor. I'd like to get to 51 poise, but I don't think I can with my current equip load. Not without dropping my shield, and even then, possibly I don't think I have a... I don't think I have an equipment variant that allows me to do that. Oh, that does. Anyway, we'll do that. Scaled Greaves. Can I use my shield still with that? No. Okay. Well, we will be getting some more endurance soon. We're going to get HP to about 35 or 40, depending on where my next target location is. If I'm at... like, I don't know. If we have enough Great Runes to go to Landell without going underground, then I'll level up big. If we have to go underground first, we'll probably level up some endurance. Because the HP... I won't need as much HP if I'm going to places like Nokron and Shifra, but I'll want more HP if I'm going into Capital, for sure. Alright. Blaster plus 5. It's a good start. Ideally, I'd like to find the... Oh, well. Okay, well, let's deal with this guy. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go reset this rune bear real quick. Try this again. Because I'm going to the merchant down there. I'm going to kill this rune bear. But I'm going to do it on better terms for myself. Thanks for eating the hit there, Torrent. I really appreciate it. Okay. Alrighty. That didn't reach. That did. Goodbye. Well, that was easy. Anything else spooky over here? Not really. There's an archer that's going to be annoying, so I'm going to kill. Perfumer, hand... Okay, Perfumer drops Arteria Leaf. Okay. Get fucked, bird. I expected that zombie to take 2 hits. They're typically pretty tanky. Not tanky, but they have a lot of HP. I should say. Alright. Merchant, what you got for me, bud? Great room. Still no. Erdtree Favor +2, though. We're glossing over the Hand of Melania here. Erdtree Favor +2 is really nice. In fact, I think I can afford it. I'm going to go ahead and use that now over Millicent's. It is a percentage-based increase. Like you can see, I did not get a ton of HP from that. But it does also give me Equip Load, which let me keep my shield on in case of parry emergencies. Can't quite use the helmet with it, but Thane's hat's fine for now, I guess. Rhea's armor. Okay. Basilisk. And the Ruptured Crystal Tear. No thank you. I don't believe I'll be doing damage to myself in a what wants to be Deathless run. I'm gonna jinx myself, but Matt did a really great job with the stability of the randomizer. Like, not really had any issues with it. Even in my off-stream run, typically it'll crash like, I don't want to say consistently, but it'll have its moments, right? And no moments to be had. So it's pretty nice. Excuse me? Okay, that was a parry. Hello? Okay, he's just not on the same plane as me. Come down here. Okay, whatever. You're not... I don't need to fight you. You don't do that much damage. I'm just going to open the door and leave. You also can't fit through the door. Also, I'm not going to be picky about it, but I would like to find Carian Retaliation instead of Golden Parry. Because if you don't parry a spell with Carian Retaliation, it does not cost FP. But Golden Parry always costs FP. Whether you parry something, if you miss the parry, doesn't matter. It always costs you FP to activate. Whereas Carian Retaliation only takes FP if you parry a spell. You stuck? I think you are. Kind of being a dick. Cleaner at night. I'm gonna fuck Cleaner at night. That flower turning whenever I did that Ashen War scared the shit out of me. Like, I was not expecting that movement. No. You'll not be doing that. But thank you. Okay, I'm waiting for the Rot Spew to stop. before I go through there. Okay. Hi. Sorry, I just... Okay. Pretty sure the horseman's fell off a cliff. No giant enemy blocking the staircase. Don't particularly care about killing that, I just wanted it to not body block me. Let me grab the item checks down here. So, one thing I've noticed is I'm not seeing a ton of the bad enemies. Like, obviously seeing that Godskin Noble there was really nice. Because that's not somewhere else. It's much higher scaled and much more annoying. It also wasn't really in the way, so it's not blocking my path at all. Like, I can just walk past and open the door and leave. Sorry, Mr. Jelly. I didn't think backstabbing the guy in front of you would make you care about me. There's a slurg. Slurg in the hallway. 8,600 to level. Go. Alright. We're off to Red Wolf. Not very useful. Definitely not worth going to that chest. Alrighty. Red Wolf, Red Wolf. What art thou, Red Wolf? Lamenter. Lamenter's probably not going to be bad. Okay. So here's the thing. Lamenter is a boss that will kill you straight out with a mechanic that's not a status build-up or anything, but is based on a timer. Okay. Which is why I was very concerned for a second there. I was like, am I going to have Memory Grace before this phase trigger happens and I just die because nothing spawned and I get all the masks? But it just took a second for the game to figure out where they should spawn. Thankfully. Okay. Grab the golden seed and head up to the imbued sword key. Probably the best bet. Oh, that's a tanky dog. God damn. This is the abductor version enemy here. Festive Grease. Wow. Oh, it's orange. Let's go! First great room, baby! Morgoths. Alright. Not Godric or Radon's, so we can't activate it yet. But we can activate it once we get to the capital. I believe. I always get mixed up which tower is Morgoth's and which tower is Rykard's. I know Moog and Morgoth's the same tower. I always get them mixed up. They're the same tower because they're twinsies. Little omen twins. That guy's got the right idea. He's got a flamethrower turret on top of the tower. Giant rat. Giant madness rat. Oh boy, a spirit calculus. Me contain my thinly veiled sarcastic enthusiasm. Golden seed. And tree sentinel pants. Those are heavier than the scale, aren't they? Yeah, by just a couple of pounds. So we'll use those when we can. Alright, we are out of combat. Let's head back to the debate parlor. Level up if we can afford it, and then head to Renala. So it takes us 9,500. I have 3k in my inventory. Yeah. Oh, just shy with those. It's okay, we're not going to lose our runes. It's just not as mathematically satisfying. Okay, off we go. One thing I noted whenever I was in the DLC, doing my first run through, practicing the stability, and my game knowledge, was that there are a lot of gaps in the DLC to jump over, and there are a lot of assholes with ranged attacks that will tap you as you jump over those gaps. And if you get tapped while jumping, you just plummet to the ground. And it's really annoying. And you're obviously in combat, so you can't fast travel out. You can quit out, but I'm not allowed to quit out. So I have to be really cautious of stuff like that. And it's not a lot of gaps, but there are some gaps to jump down. Stormhawk number 2. We already found the first one on Kale. Who's our NPC? Not already sprinting us. Moonrithil! This fucking guy. Alright, Moonrithil. Alright, he didn't make it on, so he should fall. Yep. He goes. -1 flask, but that's okay. Just Snare Tree Avatar? Okay. Yeah, let's just ride. The worst thing that can happen is it's the splitting one. Oh, it's a putrid one, so it's not even the split one. Okay. Simply cheese the enemies. Beautiful. Alright, 2 great runes back to back. Rhea Lucaria, goated. Alright, we have Melanius. So, we have options now. We're obviously going to go up Precipice, because we don't have the second half decked this yet. I'm just going to do this to get rid of her dialogue. Palace Key contains a golden seed. Okay. So we have access to capital. Yeah, let's go to Makar and then Radon. That's probably our chopping block order here. Man, look at that muscle memory. Just teleporting here and going straight toward the other direction. Oh, we're going this way. Rude. So it's golden seed up here. Finding 2 great runes inside Rhea Lucaria is pretty wild, honestly. Sacred Tear's good. 4 Smithing 7s is good for our Godslayer seal if we decide to go into a Faith build. What should I need to level up? 11k. Well, I don't have any money in my pocket, so I guess we're just rocking and rolling. So Precipice is another one of those areas that can be particularly nasty on the cliff sides. So I'm glad we have a very strong weapon to deal with a lot of the enemies that could be there. Because you can get gargoyles and rune bears and just large enemies. Obviously there's always the chance of like a dragon or ancient dragon. But there are some spooky enemies that can be on those ledges that you don't want to deal with. That's another really good option for Faith. Not as a primary weapon, but for NPC bosses. The Madding Hands Madness build-up is insane. Like, for how fast it swings, and then the Ash of War as well. Let's take 13 int, too. But I have the int tier to make that work. But yeah, for like Leda, for example, if this run makes it that far. Be cool, bird. Yeah, we're not one-shotting a Stormblade anymore. Not like the medium-sized enemies, anyway. Rude? Oh my god, rude? At least the bird's being cooled. It's nice when you find a bird that's a passive enemy that doesn't react unless you do something to it. It's always nice. The pike. Long and spear. That's like always the worst outcome for a legendary. Like, be fine if it's an armor piece. Pretty great if it's a weapon. Very happy if it's a remembrance. Most legendary talismans are good. The only notable exception I can think of is like Moon of Noxtella. Or maybe the Divine Beast's Remembrance Talisman. Okay, I'm just going to count on you being stuck there. This is fine. Oh, that's not! Why is there an Erdtree Avatar up there? I heard the rumble, but I was like, what is that? Well, I'm not dealing with that on this little ledge, and I will be out of line of sight of it all the way over here, so I am not concerned about those little holy bolts whatsoever. Maybe we should have backstabbed her. But she doesn't... Okay, she is one. I was about to say, it doesn't seem like she's aggro. Huh? Just saw a holy bolt shoot toward me from over there. The Alablaster. Nice. I have concerns while I'm up here if it's still aggroed, because those holy bolts travel quite a ways. I'll poke my head around and see if it can still see me. Okay, it's fading out of existence. If it's fading out, I'm probably fine. Not guaranteed fine, but probably. Yeah, I do not seem to be getting assaulted by holy bolts here, so we should be good. Golem Smith up there does not seem to be the fisty boy. Curseblade Mira. Hey, he's not chucking fists at me, so we're fine. Okay. Precipice dealt with. So, Noxtella stairs and the Haligtree branches are probably the only two really terrible spots left. Alright, what have we here? Nothing big enough to see around the corner. It is tiny. Is that Curseblade Labyrinth? Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's an enemy that turns to a boss. Those are typically pretty easy. Alright. HP at 40, we're going to go for some endurance. We'll start leveling up HP again once we get to capital. So throughout the entirety of Altus plus the levels from Radon will dump into either Endurance, Mind, or Damage stat. Yeah, the levels from Radon should get us to... honestly, I don't know. But before we do Radon, I'm going to head back to Round Table and do the key item check from Enya, where the other talisman pouch normally is. And hope I find my pockets soon. Like, still chilling with one talisman pouch by the time we're getting to Capital. Feels pretty bad. So what the hell is... Oh, it's an Eclipse Knight. But it's purple. Okay. We also have some equipment of champions to look at, too.
Only fine. You have now to become the fingers. Become.
Nice. Okay. Equipment of champions. This is just Renalis stuff, so nothing useful there. We'll have more checks to look at once we do Radon. Actually, let's head back to Gurrank. I have another death root to give him. And at 40 Vig, we might be able to deal with the Tree Sentinel out here for the 90k. Great. Not really feeling the Tree Sentinel, though, to be honest. Dragon Barrow scaling is significantly higher. Like, I could possibly get one shot by the Shield Slam. And I'm confident in my Tree Sentinel fight, to be fair. And our damage should be decent, because we have a plus 25 weapon, but it's just not one of those things I'm willing to, that I'm wanting to risk it on. I'm being honest. So let's go to Radon first. I don't know what I think I'm doing. Now the question is, to summon the boys or not to summon the boys for the Radon fight?
Champions, welcome.
Probably will. They're usually helpful, so unless it's a boss that has like a really... Like if it's like a Godfrey style boss, I might not. Because that's a boss whose moveset is fair, but punishing. And if you're expecting him to continue swinging on the boys, and then he just turns around and bonks you while you're mid-animation, it's going to feel real bad. Also, probably won't summon for Melania, because she'll just heal for a fuck ton off those guys, and they're not actually that useful. I might actually Memory of Grace out of Melania and go do a different fight. Come back when I'm a little bit less squishy, because Radon's scaling is actually pretty fucked. Like, it's... I am not over-leveled for Radon right now. Maybe slightly, but I'm on par with where I should be for Radon right now. O'Neal. You know what? He's gonna summon the boys, so am I. Go, fellas. Okay, well, we've trivialized the boys. Oh, stunned and getting headshots? What an angle that was. Well, that was hard. wasn't ready for it. Black Wet Blade. Okay, that's good. We have access to Bleed Infusion now. Curse Mark of Death. Not so good, though. Avert your gaze if you are particularly squeamish.
Great. I see it now. Humans all eventually. How could this? Was my whole existence just a crop?
Okay, some good endurance here. Go back to some heavier armor. Okay, this is the heaviest stuff I have, and I'm still in medium load. So, good. I also look like a fucking clown. Alright, let's go do some Altus checks. We got the Archery Gazing Hill, we got the Golden Seed in Gelmir, all the Golden Seeds that are in Altus. There's like fucking 7 or 8 of them. There's the one at the Gazing Hill. I'm going to count the one in Gelmir, just because I can. And I'm talking about the one in the Gelmir River, not the one by Volcano Manor. Because it's much closer to Altus than it is to Gelmir. Sewer Moog, I believe. I'm going to bonk him for a little bit, see if he triggers Frostbite. You kind of hurt. Okay, yeah, this is definitely Sewer Moog. He hasn't frostbitten and he's not any healing either. I was just waiting for him to despawn. Anyway, the golden seeds we have are here. The one in the Gelmir River, which I'll go ahead and grab while I'm over here. Port back up to this one. There's the one on the path up to the merchant. There's the one in the woods. So it's already 4. Then there's the 4 inside at the pathway after the Tree Sentinel Duo. So it's 8. And there's one more behind that. On the way to where the Sacred Tier is. Ow, my horse. So that's 9. And there's one inside Capital. So there's 10 golden seeds in Altus. Jesus Christ. Why are there so many tree spirits? Jesus Christ, it's a bird! What the fuck? There's a giant crab over there. All I'm missing is a lobster. We've got the trio. Well, not even trio. More than 3. Of just, like, the worst overworld enemies. I'm just going to go ahead and sit here. So I'm going to have to turn around and run back to the Grace anyway, because it doesn't look like that tree spirit was resetting. Alright, we only have 2 more flasks to unlock, but we do still have 6 sacred tiers to find. Excuse me, sir. That was very rude. Glovewort Pickers, bell bearing 1, you say. Okay. Luckily, that's the only key item check down here. Thank God, because that goes all the way around. There's like a cave over here, right there. Nope. Oh, it was the leech over there. Okay. There's the cave, and then it goes around to Fort Lade, and then it goes... Or Lathe, I don't know. And then all the way down to the demi-human area and Comet Azure pickup. Bops's Barrier. Talk about a useless ability. Alright, Grafted Scion. Love to see that. Not somewhere that it matters. Thank you, dog. Thank you, dog. I hate the combat music here. Like this, I think it's the underground music or the Mogwin specific music. I don't know which one it is, but it's like my least favorite combat music in the game. Or it might be Sewers, actually. I think it might be Sewers. Yeah, I just don't like it. Maybe PTSD from my first playthrough in the sewers. Maybe not. Okay, Smithing Bell 2. I think it's faster to just port back to the Grace and go back around, but I like going up this way. Plus, it gives me a chance to pick up some crafting materials, possibly some items. Actually, I don't think there's any item pickups around here, but there's crafting materials for sure. It's also just less time on menus and more time playing the game. So grab this merchant, go down into the woods and get the tree, pop back up to the Grace at the bottom of this hill, head toward Tree Sentinel Duo and the merchant there. I'll grab the foot. It's nice to have. We'll probably use that on Morgott. We'll save the Horn Tender for Moog, because the Horn Tender is actually like 5% better than the foot or something. I think get maybe even 10%. So I think Foulfoot's 30% increase runes. I think the Horn Tender is 35 or 40, so it's pretty good. Somber Bell. Alright. Up the path we go. And hopefully... So what I'm hoping is we have some spooky bosses up there that aren't going to punish me for running past them. Something like Melania, something like Promised Consort. Promised Consort could be kind of bad though, because he does the AoE suck. I don't know how he'll react to me being on horse. But I don't see them yet. Valiant Gargoyles would also be fantastic, as well as Fortissax. But we have Field Trip and Fell Twins. Neither of which are bad. So, oh well. Sacred Tear. That's good. I'm pretty sure I do have the Valiant Gargoyle's Poison Tick turned off, though. But I don't have Melania's on heal on hit turned off. That's still on. I always hope I never run into Valiant Gargs, but if I do run into them, hopefully it's in a lower scaled arena where me turning off their Poison Tick isn't going to be like the game changer for it, because it's a quality of life thing for me, but it is not the actual mechanics of the fight. So Lionels, okay. We have good pants, and we continue to find more good pants. It's the same thing with the gloves. We got two of the best sets of gloves already. We got Red Annuals, and we got this guy, and we got the Verdigris. So. And Crucible. We got some good armor. Our damage negations are showing. 30% physical, 20-ish% magic. It's not bad. It's nothing game-breaking, nothing to write home about, but it's, it's serviceable. And we take serviceable. Oh, it's orange. Nice. Rykards. Okay, we're at 3 out of 7 now. We're having some good luck here. We do need 4 to get into mountaintops. So there's a decent shot we've got 4 without even going underground. So we could blitz the end game, but I think once we get to mountaintops, we'll probably do like Fire Giant, and then maybe pivot to underground and soak up all the goodness that's down there in terms of mostly levels and item checks for more seeds and sacred tears. Because I don't want to punch through Fire Giant and then go all the way to the end game when I'm not like leveled for it. Like, I want to have, before I go past mountaintops, I probably want 50 to 60 Vig, 25 to 30 25 to 30 endurance, which we're already pretty close to. We're already 22. It's probably about 30 endurance, and then starting to build up some damage stats. I'm absolutely rocking the Gaia's helmet. It looks goofy as hell, and I'm here for it. Wait. Oh no, is it the other Black Blade? I think it is. I'm gonna stop and fight this. Nah, I was really hoping you were Valiant Gargoyles. Didn't have time for all that? I disagree. Was going to hit me. Well, that's a shame. I was about to be so excited that that was Valiant Gargs and it was just reskinned black by the enemy color randomizer, but it looked a little too clean for the reskin. And sure enough, it was Blue Dancer Charm. Wow, this is useless. For my build, anyway. Oh boy, a Shabriri Grape. How exciting. Head for the merchant, see what the merchant's got, and then we're off to DTS. Made some really good progress tonight, honestly. It's been less than 3 hours, and we've gone from picking up Torrent to at Capital. And having completed everything in between. So that is... Oh. I was like, what the hell is that? Oh. Please be cool, please be cool. Alright, I know you're not going to be cool, but please miss. Legendary? Yo, what is this guy's range? Now, Godric's Remembrance is obviously the worst one to find, because it's only 20k. I am not a fan of that spellcaster being able to cast all the way to, like, that entire way. Alright, Mr. Merchant, what have ye for me? Moog's Great Rune. Okay, that is 4 out of 7, so we can just blast through mountaintops into the endgame if we want to. Take that. I should have checked that first, I think, but oh well. It's too late now. $1,100 from a level up. Alright. Stats are looking good. The only, like, real glaring flaw in our character build right now is the fact that we only have 1 talisman pouch. And we are reliant on Erdtree's favor to keep our medium load at the moment. Okay. Who have we here? Ancient Dragon Man, moonwalking into position. To see it. He just got R1 outskilled. The standing R2s, the running R2 does not flow nearly as well into the standing R2s as they flow into each other with. That sentence was a mess, but let's not die. Okay, that was a little closer than I wanted to be. Remembrance. Okay. I'm going to hold this one. We're going to go to round table and check it. I'm also going to go check out the equipment of champions since we've killed Radon since we last checked. See what we've got here. Alright. Holy Ground and Scorpion Stinger are not worth. Somber 10, Infinite String. Okay, I guess. Yeah. Another 40k. 30k, sorry. I always forget. Mogs feels like it should be 50 based on the location of the game that you get it, but it's only 30. I'll never understand that. Let's go 2642. It feels a little arbitrary, but 26 just kind of feels right for the endurance. I can probably take off Erdtree's favor like that. Yeah. And wear Millicent's. But we're going to keep Erdtree's favor on just because it's a percentage increased HP, which is just fantastic. And stamina. Oh, right. We need to go kill Patches and get the bell bearing from him. Just gonna do a last golden seed check here. So we're currently still looking for a reason to go into Faith outside of just having a seal and having some decent defensive incants. Just namely a Faith weapon, like... So I have the Sacred Webblade, though, so like, I could see if any of my weapons retain a decent scaling in anything. Dex or Faith. There's also the Erdsteel Dagger, which is really good with Flame Art, but it's also a dagger, and I'm not the biggest fan of the moveset. So... Alright, we have one more flask to get. Yeah, because, like, Milady's scaling in Sacred drops to a D in Dex, goes to a C in Faith. With Flame Art, same thing. Actually, Fire Knight's Greatsword is huge with a Flame Art Attunement, but I don't have a Fire Ash of War I can put on it. And it can't take Stormblade. So that's one. Flame Art drops the strength scaling to D. Sacred drops the strength scaling to E. Sacred to E. Okay, well, Fire Knight's Greatsword is one to consider, because it is quite good. It's got this Y-hander moveset, which is also quite good. If we could find an Ash of War to go on it, that might be our ticket into a Faith build. But for now, we're going to stick with the Cold Milady, and we're probably going to start leveling up. I'm going to level up a little bit of Strength and Dex. Maybe working toward the Fire Knight Greatsword's requirements, so one more point in Strength, or one more point in Dex. And probably go all the way up to 22 in Strength. Yeah, we'll go from there. But let's go ahead and pound into Capital. And before we go to sewers, I'll probably need to go pick up a lantern. Because, fuck, traversing the sewers without a lantern. It's doable, like, it's still plenty bright enough, but it's obnoxious. And I don't want to. Veterans armor. Now that's some chunky boy armor. And we certainly don't have the equivalent for that. But it is something to work toward. We're actually not that far off from it, mathematically. So let's see if we'll work toward 30 endurance. get the Melina conversation out of the way.
For bringing here, and thus I shall farewell. I shall leave. I wish you have. I have no.
I saw a fun little video of bringing Melina to the Lands of Shadow. It's if you come and light the fire here in Altus, but you don't sit, and then you go like fight Moog, and you just don't sit at another grace. And then you sit down in the Land of Shadow, it spawns her there. She's like talking to you. Black Knight Greaves. Those are definitely not better than the Tree Sentinel. I hear heavy breathing. The heavy breathing of a dragon. But I don't see a dragon. But my game is lagging like there's a dragon. There you are. Alright, well he's not on the roof anymore, so okay. $105 Frostbow. Pretty good. Nice. Good money. More good money. Okay. You know, the less and less enemies I see in areas like this that are shitty, the more and more concerned I get for the later game. Places like Faramazula that have a decent chunk of enemies clumped up together. Excuse me. Okay. Places like Bellerot, where there's a lot of enemies that are kind of just like shitty soldier dudes. Oh, let's Glintstone Chris. It's a good int weapon. Clawmark Seal as well. Could be better than the Godslayer Seal if we go into a strength build. We commit to a strength weapon and just go for defensive incants. But if we're just going for defensive incants, we don't need to upgrade it. I would just be looking for one that has 0 equip load. Like the Erdtree Seal or the Golden Order Seal. Dragon Communion Seal. All have 0 equip. Alright, we're probably going to get through... Well, we'll get through Capital. We're presuming we don't have an incident. Okay. As I was saying, presuming we don't have an incident, we should very easily be able to get through Capital here and get to the Melina combo before we're rolled. The question is, do we just commit to going underground before we go to mountaintops, or do we do mountaintops first and go underground before we burn the tree? That is the question. There's not really a wrong answer. Like, underground has its own set of difficulties. There are a lot of really bad running sections. Well, not really bad, but like there's a lot of running sections that are just not great. There's also just a good amount of fall damage memes you can run into. But more like ledges than like falling off a cliff and splattering, just falling off the ledge and going into the abyss. So we'll see. Still on the lookout for an Ash of War. We can maybe check and see the shop has like a generic Ash of War, like, I don't know, Stamp, Upward Cut, or Endure. short spear. Oh, right. Yeah, this is another section that can be kind of spooky. But we have a ranged option for it, so as long as there's not an enemy that has, like, a ranged knockback ability, like a giant or one of the DLC Fire Knight, the DLC Fire Knight that has Wrath from Afar or something. Also, this guy is kicking my ass. Nice hyper armor, bro. Ow. Jesus Christ. The menace. Create? Fuck yeah. Can't lock onto those bodies. Okay. The rest of this looks pretty tame. There's a dog. Yeah, the worst thing here is the bat. So we're pretty solid. We're minus 2 flasks for the boss, I guess. It's a bat. Oh, there's another bat. Hello, dog. Jesus, you got up here fast. Oh no. Single watchdog. I'm spooked. Just making sure the dog didn't follow me in before I get into the fight here. I didn't want that insta repose, but they don't stay staggered for long, so it might be for the best. Maybe I should have golden inflated for this one too, because Godfrey does drop 80k. No, it's too late now. I will remember to put the foot on my bar right now, though, for more guns. And we're going to save the Horn Tender for probably Moog, because it's going to be like well over 600k if we do that, and that's just good value. And with this much Vig, I'm actually pretty confident in going back and fighting the Tree Sentinel and Dragon Barrow. I would like some Sacred Tier upgrades still, because it's not really doing it for the amount of HP we have. But I guess we'll do it. Now that does flow really cleanly. We're running R2 into R1. But running R2 into standing R2 just doesn't really flow. I don't know. It doesn't feel great. I'm gonna peek. Depending on what boss it is, I might switch the weapon art back to Impaling Thrust. Boss like Messmer, boss like Melania, Impaling Thrust can be a lot better for. Well, it's a spawner, so it's neither of them. Let's get it. And it is Hughes. Oh no. Oh. Tried to backstab him. It didn't work. A pocket. Let's go. Hell yeah, dude. Alright. New pocket, new me, and 160k to boot. Thank you, Hughes. Disrespect. Just jump over his dead body when he's got a talk prompt. Welcome back, Melina.
Allow me, you are unprevented. The thorns, a husk, the only way and become my purpose. So I'd like to the flame then and guide you.
Yep, seed.
Shall I let my share them with me? Your thoughts.
Alright, we got 50 big and closing in on 30 endurance. Sewers is really unnecessary right now. Like, I would rather just go to mountaintops. It's got, I think, better scaling. We also have Volcano Manor to go do. So we might just take a detour and go do Shaded Castle Volcano Manor before we go. And yeah, I think that's a good call. I'm going to leave some markers here to kind of remind myself what we're going to do tomorrow. But it is late. I need to go. So I will leave you at that. Well, here's the progress we made. Pretty good. The 22 deck's slightly inflated by the talisman, but pretty good. We'll probably foot right card for the other one. But yeah, that's it. Well, hope you enjoyed. We will be back to... Oh, I forgot to mark off those. Wow, I'm really bad at this. We have the Pure Blood Ice Metal and the Karian Inverted Statue. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. We'll be back to this again, and that's that. Hopefully see you guys then. But until next time, as always, take care of yourselves, stay beautiful, and don't do what you have to do. It's a short list. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Until then, bye-bye.